With Mark Munoz at the Rain Training Center, of course, Marcos Villegas for Fight Hub TV. And Mark, you're headlining this fight coming up on Wednesday against Chris Weidman, and it's like a homecoming event for you. It's going on in San Jose. Being that the fight is there, does it give you extra pressure wanting to perform not only the best, but have a pinnacle performance in front of your fans and friends and family?
Being that it's in the Bay Area where I'm from, there's going to be a lot of brown people walking around there, probably with flags, Filipino flags. But I mean, it's a fight's a fight for me. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna do what I've practiced for 13, 14 weeks, and had a long camp coming back from injury. I mean, I was in shape for the Fox card and was wanting to be able to showcase my skills there, but now I've gotten better and improved my style even more so. So it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good showing for me, because regardless of who it is, I don't see Chris Weidman as an opponent. I see myself as an opponent, because most likely I'm the guy that's gonna beat myself. So I'm not gonna put that undue pressure on me. Mm-hmm. As I step out there, I'm gonna be able to showcase my skills and be able to tune out all the other things I don't need to worry about and concentrate on the things that I can do, which is the technique that I've been working on and everything that I want to execute inside the fight.
What do you want to execute inside the fight?
My pressure game is unbelievable. Yeah. I know that for a fact, and he knows that for a fact. So I'm going to be pressuring him, and I'm going to be doing a lot of that pressuring, transitioning through different disciplines, and that's what I have to do. That's the keys to victory for me. Now the keys to victory for him is to be able to keep the distance, take advantage of the times where I'm opening up, shooting underneath me, getting on top, and then working his chokes and stuff, or stopping my shot, getting his front headlocks and looking for his chokes from there and staying on top of me. So I know how he can win this fight. I know how I can win this fight. I'm gonna force this fight wherever I'm good at and less of what he's good at.
A lot of analysts have been saying that Weidman is pretty technical standing, pretty technical on the ground. Would you more or less agree with that? Because they're also saying too that he's a little bit more technical than you are in those two aspects.
Yeah, he is. He's shown a lot of technical submissions, shown a lot of front chokes and controls on the top, more jiu-jitsu type style. People have seen my Damian Maia fight, but they haven't given me credit for it, because I've shown stuff, and Damian Maia is arguably one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in MMA, and I've tried to submit him in that fight, and I stopped a lot of his submissions, and he didn't come close to submitting me. So having said that, I've shown my technical jiu-jitsu game, and people don't give me credit for it, but that's okay. And I mean, that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that I get the W. What matters to me is that I execute my game and that I continue my style of fighting inside the fight.
Looking at this training camp, would you say it's the hardest training camp you've been a part of, given the time off you had and with the elbow? And has it been hard also because you gained a bit of weight during that time off to cut that weight down?
It was difficult. It was difficult. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But I truly believe things that are worth fighting for are worth fighting for. For me, I did gain some weight because I had to deal with some issues with, oh man, I didn't fight the Fox card. I was a little depressed because of that and had to pull out. But now I'm back on track. I was back on track about 13 weeks ago, and now I had my eyes on a prize, and winning this fight will get me back on track for a title shot.
Would you say Chris is the toughest opponent you'll be facing so far in your career, or would you liken him to anybody else you faced in your career?
Chris is actually very tough. He's fought 4 times in the UFC. He's very effective with striking and wrestling to jiu-jitsu. He's very good at the all-around game of mixed martial arts. That's why he's where he's at. That's why he's climbed to the top. That's why he's such a fast up-and-comer. But for me, I've been able to neutralize a lot of guys like that, a lot of wrestlers like him, and I fought a lot of wrestlers. And I've done well against wrestlers. I've done well against jiu-jitsu guys that are great strikers. I've done well against good strikers. I have a long list of experienced fighters that I've beat. So I have the experience to go in there and do the things that I want to do to him. And I'm going to go in there with straight confidence and, like I said before, execute my game and force my will on him.
And do you think after this fight, you personally, do you feel that you should be bumped back into that #1 slot as you were slated before when you were scheduled to face Chael?
When I think about it, there's nobody more deserving than myself. I've always been a guy that doesn't boast or brag and doesn't talk about myself, and I've always been the one that says I'm gonna let my fighting do the talking, but it hasn't gotten me where I want to be. And I noticed that there's people that are talking the big game and saying I need a title shot, this and that, and they end up getting it. So now I'm gonna let my fighting and my mouth do the talking. And so there's nobody more deserving than a title shot than me, because I've done what it takes to be the top, or to be at the top at this division. I deserve a title shot. When I win July 11th, I deserve a title shot.
To get to that point this Wednesday, you got to get past Chris Weidman. We look forward to your fight and hope that it's exciting fight, because that's all what we need right now in MMA.
That's right.
Good luck to you, Mark.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I always put on exciting fights, so just keep watching.
Fight of the night bonus, maybe?
That's right.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.